So the interesting thing about research in these kinds of environments is that there's really just not a lot of it, and a lot of what there is from old military studies. In research, they often like to say that women are kind of like smaller men, and I think that can be pretty misleading because we have much different hormonal levels and things like that that affect things as simple as body temperature and body composition. So for me, as a scientist and a woman, I was really kind of just wanting to get some data, even if it's just from me initially, but something that can shed some light on that area of research that's kind of lacking right now.
So for the last 7 years, I've been on a journey to complete the 7 summits, and in the process gather as much data as I can to better understand how we can perform in these extreme environments. My last and final objective was to summit Vincent Massif in Antarctica. What I didn't expect was how long and difficult that trip would ultimately be.
On one particular day, it was about -40 with wind chill, and you know, taking your glove off can mean frostbite within minutes. But yeah, I'd just never been in that kind of cold before, so it was pretty intense and you know, kind of scary really, because you feel your fingers or your toes going numb, and you're like, oh God, could this be the beginning of frostbite? And you know, how do I fix it and quickly? Because it's not like you're going to get out of the elements in any sort of way. You're just really out there and exposed, and there's nothing around, absolutely nothing.
The Vincent Expedition 2020. It's the 5th of January, and we're here at high camp. There's this massive storm coming in off the Amundsen Sea, moist, wet air. And there's a lot of fetch as that wind howls across the flats of Antarctica and then hits the Sentinel Mountains.
We attempted to summit today. It looked like it might have been good weather for us because we knew there was some pretty brutal stuff blowing in. We got about 3/4 of the way up, hit the final ridge line, and it just started nuking on us, and winds were basically knocking me over at that point. Zero visibility, so made the smart decision to descend to safety. Even still, we did have, you know, some cold injuries on the team, unfortunately, some frostbite. You know, it is what it is. We took a gamble. Weather decided to not be in our favor today, and that's what happens. I've definitely not given up, and if there's another opportunity to go up, I'm absolutely going to take it. So,
What do I think of the weather?
Yeah.
It's a pretty dramatic shift from yesterday, I'd say. It's like calm and sunny and perfect.
Yeah, feels like a summit day to me.
To think that it's all over, that my journey of climbing the 7 summits has come to a close. In a way, it makes me sad, but ultimately all of this has driven me to push myself harder and to reach further than I ever thought possible. I'm not sure where my path will lead next, but I do know that if my research can pave the way for a generation of young women to become scientists or explorers and chase their dreams to the furthest reaches of the earth, I just don't think there'd be any greater feeling than that.